just kind of ends right there. Hello, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being in here tonight. I'm Ann with Andale Homestead.
Yeah, it does kind of like it doesn't end as bad as the
No,
old
no,
one
it
last
doesn't.
season.
Yeah.
Like you get a little bit of a warning, but speaking of warnings, hello, I'm Cayce from Ormsby Farm, the halfway homestead. You've been
Hi,
warned.
I'm Monica at Bland's Promised Land Ranch.
And hello, this is Sandy with Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona.
And we are so glad, as Ann said, that you are in tonight. The four of us are back. It's all four. Do you see it?
Woohoo!
Past couple of weeks has been 3 here and 3 there and 3 everywhere. Now it's 4.
Raise the roof.
We're
Yay.
so excited to have everybody back, and we're so excited you chose tonight to come and sit with us and chit chat. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun. But before we do that, Ann, as I scroll back up to all of these wonderful comments, would you say hello to everybody in the chat?
I would love to say hello. Now, if y'all notice, I'm not at the homestead tonight. I'm at my aunt's house and uncle's house, my aunt and uncle, Aunt Auntie Peg and Uncle Wayne. They had to scoot out for a minute. And so we're here, suffering terribly at this gorgeous heaven on earth piece of property and a lovely home. And we're here dog sitting. So that's what's going on here. All right. And Phil Beck. Hey, sweetie, I'm so glad you're here. Nanny Tam, we love you, darling. Thank you. And then we have New York Gal. Hey, 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 New York Gal. Jamie's Country Living. Hey, sweetheart. Tamra, L&L Homestead. She's the lucky girl. Hey, yo, hey.
Yeah.
Cynthia Delott, all the way from the Netherlands. Hey, Rita, Prayer Mountain Homestead. Howdy, how do? Glad you're here tonight, honey. And Growing a Homestead. Good evening, 7666. That's Mrs. Dallas. Hey, Sugar, I'm glad you're here. She says, how do, everybody? Hello, hello. And then Cheryl. Welcome in, Cheryl. We're so glad you're here. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Jennifer Ocean Homestead, all the way from not the ocean front anymore. She says, I sent you an email a week and a half ago. I'm not sure who she sent it to, but maybe it was around the hay bale. And thank you, Jennifer. We'll keep an eye out for that. Maybe it went to spam. I don't know. And there's our Ginger, not for nothing homestead. Hey, everybody. We're glad to see you. And then Casey, Milk and Honey, Heather from Milk and Honey Heritage Farm. Is she not the coolest thing on 2 feet? I don't know of anything. Well, Sandy might do a little bit more than you do, Heather, but Heather's a close second. That's for sure. Only thing Sandy doesn't have is big animals. Rebecca, Touched by Yarn. Hey, sweetie. I bet she's sitting there crocheting as we speak. And there, Virginia Alexander. I hope you're healing well, Virginia. And we always got you and your hubby in our prayers. And Teresa Jukowitz. Well, how do? I love that hat. Don't you like that hat? She has
I
on her
do.
profile. I do too. I really love it.
A fun
Jesse,
hat.
lazy days ahead, the mod father. Hello, everybody. He's sitting a little sideways today. He's got a little boo-boo on his back of his thigh that's about to make him sideways all over the place. Mrs. Lazy Days Ahead. Hey, Lisa. Good evening, y'all. She's the brains. He's the brawn. And Lynn Farm Okie OG. You are the OG, Lynn. Thanks for being here, sweetie. And James Hall, y'all. Shade Tree Cook. Hey, y'all. Hey. Grace and Fire. Hey, Glenda. I'm glad to see you, honey. I'm glad to see you, Sugar. Thank you for being here. And just because it all adds up, Lori, the most giving heart that I ever did know. That's Lori. She says, hi, everybody. Chris and Larry Homestead. Yay. She's been on our panel. We love her and we really appreciate her. So Chris and Larry Homestead, y'all go and support their new channel. Their old channel got taken away from them somehow, got deleted. So we want to support them.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sitting a little cockeyed today, says Jesse. We were trying to find all kinds of home remedies, man. Yeah. Okay. So there we are. We're
Yes.
no, we're so grateful that Clark here decided of all the places in all the world, you decided to come spend a little time with us. It's pretty awesome.
I know it's a lot of friends in the chat tonight. I'm looking. I'm
There is.
some names that we haven't seen for a week or so. So thank y'all so much for coming in.
With your soul.
You like
It's
that
only
one?
been a week or so.
Yeah.
It's
See, I
always
try to
fun.
be funny like Jesse, okay? I try the quick liners, but Jesse, I
Okay.
need you to just start writing me some quick liners and send it through the email, okay?
Yeah.
He's going to be the
that's right.
comic relief
Yeah.
writer.
To do, yeah, because mine's are wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
I
But
don't know.
anyways,
Casey, I feel like you have some good one-liners when you're doing your
Yeah.
segment. You
That's
got
true.
a lot of good informational one-liners.
Yes, I have a lot of good informational one-liners. And I want to say also, my light is wonky tonight, y'all. So I'm sorry if I keep reaching for it. But I appreciate everyone that commented and sent me DMs about ideas because over the next 2 Cooking with Casey's, I'm going to be doing a $3 meal and how to do it, and a $1 meal and how to do it.
I
So,
love
Good.
I appreciate everyone who sent me information. Some of them I was like, y'all trying to make me stretch my brain nuggets. I don't know, but
Amy.
we should see it. Oh, there we got another friend in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so here is the first of the 2. Next week you'll see the next one, but the first of the 2 new Cooking with Casey's. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Cooking with Casey. So over these next 2 episodes, I'm actually really excited because I'm taking y'all's advice and we are going to go ahead and do a $3 meal and a $1 meal. And y'all, my allergies are killing me right now, but we're going to do a bunch of cutting and pasting videos so I can sneeze off camera. But we're going to do a $3 and $1 meal. The $3 is going to be more of a high-end steak type of meal because I saw a lot of steaks in the comments and the DMs that I got for these next 2 Cooking with Casey's. And the $1 one is going to be really simple. It's going to be the bulk of it is going to be dehydrated in a jar, and then your meat is going to be packaged, vacuum sealed, and frozen. So let's go ahead and we're going to run into the store because what I'm going to do with this is, listen, the best would be to be able to raise your own meat and raise your own veggies and stuff. But I know for some people that's not possible or they're not doing that now. So we're going to do everything store-bought and we're just going to get it going. So let's go ahead and head in. And I'm not going to be that person that's going to talk on the camera in a grocery store, but I'm going to show you what we're getting, and I may do a little voiceover. So let's go ahead and head in. Alrighty, this is the $15 cut of meat that I got. I went ahead and got a chuck roast. It was pretty cheap, and I thought, why not? So we're going to turn it into, bloop, 6 steaks, which is going to get it at $2.50 for your steak. And I thought, since we're going bougie, let's add some shrimp. The shrimp was $8.99. Which with all of the shrimp that was in there is 40 cents for a set. And can you believe, guys, I got no footage of it actually done. Way to go, Casey. But I will say the bulk of your meal is always going to be your protein. And the protein, the steak, with it being $15, and I got 6 steaks out of that, and that was a chuck roast. I got it for $2.50 for those steaks. Shrimp were about 40 cents for 3 shrimp per meal. So when I put those in a bag and I freeze them, I right there have a $2.90 meal. Now, when you add on your veggies, this is where raising your own veggies comes really into play for your cost. Because the baked potato is going to be another 29 cents. And there's going to be 14 cents for the asparagus. Now, that puts us over the $3, but not by much, y'all. So that is a way that you can go ahead and have a ta-ta kind of meal for relatively cheap, a little over $3. So y'all, let's head back to Hay Bale. I will see y'all on the next Cooking with Casey.
Woohoo! Yum!
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, I will tell you, I could not believe it because I was when I was shooting this past week, I was like, I'm going to get the great Instagram angle from like right here of it. And then I'm looking back through my phone and I'm like, way to go, Cayce. Way to go. You didn't shoot not a darn thing. But it was really wonderful. It was delicious. And having these different, because I'll have another 5 steak and shrimp for $2.90. You
That's
can totally
amazing.
play with veggies and starch. But that shows you how simple it is to go look for deals, buy in bulk, vacuum seal. I didn't vacuum seal, y'all, and I normally do, only because everything's packed up. I'm moving in a couple days. Everything's packed up. It was Ziplocked this time. We just did what it did. But that's a way to save some food. So, yeah.
Surf and
Awesome.
turf. That's right.
That's awesome. You know what's really cool about that is that my kids are in a class. They're doing a financial stewardship class for their co-op. It's what I'm teaching. And then right after they leave my class, they go to a like adulting class. And in their adulting class, they have learned to meal plan and budget. And so my son chimed in today and said, well, because my circumstance that I was saying was that, oh, Alex spent, $30 on a meal out with his friends. And my son chimed in and said, well, that would have busted his $50 a week grocery budget or his food budget. And I started kind of chuckling and I said, wait, you guys budgeted? He said, we meal planned $50 per person per week. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's a lot of money. I was like, figure out how much it would cost me if I fed each of you $50. So he typed it in his little, he pulled it up on his phone. He goes, that would be $1,600 a month, Mom. And I'm like, yeah, my budget is $800. We need to be watching Mr. Cayce's meal prep stuff because you guys have way too much money on your budget for $50. Yes,
Yeah.
James, we made it an adulting class where they're learning how to write a resume, how to do a job interview, how to do some things that
that's
just
good.
aren't taught.
That's so cool.
So we're helping out others and they're doing it together. So yes, but they meal planned $50 a person. I was like, that's some bougie high living right there.
Yeah.
That's some surf and turf every night.
Right.
That's phenomenal, Cayce. I love that.
And Monica, you probably be the best to answer this, but even the chuck roast is not really the best cut of meat. But it's
All
still,
about how you cook it.
All how you cook it, and also it gets you your little tickle of the beef taste to it.
Well,
So.
it's also going to be probably one of your cheaper cuts.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Those chuck roasts, it's going to be one of your cheaper cuts. It may even, you could find it with more fat in it, a little more marbling. So that way you do get some of that marbling. But really though, I mean, that looked amazing. And I think it's all about how you cook it and how you season it. And man, especially when you're trying to have a $3 meal, that's
Right.
amazing. I love that.
Especially with all the prices right now. I mean, prices for beef are.
Yeah.
I went into the grocery store because I haven't been in the grocery store in a while for
Thank you.
meats, and I was like, "Wow, maybe I chose the wrong topic to do a video on." Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, work my magic wand on this one.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yes, chuck is cheap. I will tell you, if everybody out there is listening, heads up, beef is expensive now. It's going to keep going up and up and up. So get prepared for that because it is not going to get less expensive.
Yikes. I need a freezer and buy a cow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just have to watch the sales too. If you're
Yes.
not raising your own beef and you want beef, watch all the sales, and it's worth going to a different store, especially for meat.
Mhm. Yeah, go ahead.
I was at the grocery store this morning, and we have this little, it's just a little store. They have their own butcher though, so he cuts his own meat. So they have things on sale when the meat is getting close to their expiration date, right? I got 2 ribeyes. Each of them were regularly $17 and $18 for $5 a piece.
Ooh, that's
Wow.
awesome.
So we are having ribeyes tonight for supper after our live
Oh.
stream.
Yum.
And on our street, our neighbors, we all shop the meat sales.
Yep.
And because most of us are retired on
Mhm.
our street. And so you'll get the little phone chain going on where everybody says, did you hear that in Sunbury, which is like 40, you can get a whole rack for $4.99 a pound. And we, okay, I'm going, who wants some? And everybody, it,
Yeah.
ponying
That's the way to
up
do
their
it.
money and sharing it. And so that's what we do. We come back with a cooler full of whatever's on sale in the surrounding counties. And
Or if you have a family or friends that can go in and buy a quarter of a beef, a half a beef, a whole beef,
Yeah.
and then you share that sharing that savings of money can be just fabulous.
Yeah.
Well, Monica, if you had to guesstimate before we get into the spinner, a fourth of a beet would be fourth of a beet. A fourth of a beef would be how many pounds of meat? Just a guesstimate, a rough guesstimate.
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
It
I'm.
totally depends on the size of the cow,
It
right?
just depends. Let's just say I average a 1,500 pounds live weight, which means I'm looking at 750 hang weight, which means a quarter. What's 750 divided by 4?
Three
Well,
seven
do
or
800 and then you got 400 and then two.
Maybe you'll get 150 pounds of meat for a quarter cow, 160
which
pounds of meat.
which is still good. I mean,
I'm giving
people-
you beef cow ratios, but I mean grass fed ratios. You're gonna have a 50-50 loss, but because when it ages and your beef cows that are fed corn and all kinds of other stuff are gonna have a little more fat on them probably, so you probably get a little bit more meat back. But yeah.
Well, I think it's great advice to start stocking up on your beef now, whether it's through a friend that you're
Absolutely.
ordering a fourth or going in
Or
to
shopping the
what
sales.
Dan and Sandy were saying and going in and finding the sales.
Yeah.
Now is the time. Go ahead and get it. We're not saying that you have to stock up for the next 6 years of
Me
beef.
too, Miss Dallas.
If you get for the next 2 months, stock it up, so you can have beef when you want beef.
Well, I think people also keep thinking that they need a freezer. You don't necessarily need a freezer. You need a temporary freezer, but don't forget when you get that beef, you can pull it out, cook stuff with it, and put it in your pantry. You can can beef. You can can pork. You can can your meat. So you could take half of that, keep it in your freezer, and then half of it just have a big day where you're canning all day long.
Yeah.
Just make it a day. And you don't have to have a bigger freezer as you think.
Right.
So yeah.
True story.
It's time for the spinner.
All right. Sandy, count us down.
Oh,
we're going to
3,
pick out our subject tonight.
2, 1, go.
I love that. Good job, Sandy.
Planning your garden.
I wanted this one.
I wanted it too.
Good.
I will tell you, I was kind of looking forward to that, even though I wouldn't have mind having it somebody else's choice. But planning garden, I'm excited. I think while we're planning, Sandy, who else would need to start off this topic but
That's
from
true.
the garden girl herself? So Sandy, start us off. We're planning our garden now because we really are in kind of garden planning stages right now.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah, I am too. I put stuff in the ground every couple days.
Yeah. I said this a million times. Your best friend is graph paper and a pencil. Right?
Okay.
Because you got to know what size space you're going to use.
Yep.
You got to know if it's just a patio and you're putting everything in pots. If it's a little area or you have an already established garden. What's the size of it? Take your tape measure out there and then for a couple days, watch where the sun goes. Is there trees that are going to shade part of it during the day? Is your house going to shade it? So you got to plan these things beforehand because you want to be successful. You don't want to have wasted your money on seeds or plants. And where's your water source? Do you got to drag hoses all over the place or is it pretty close to your house?
Yeah.
Right.
There are things that you have to think about. But you know me, I'm a planner. This is my community garden plot. I got my hoops, I got everything. Because graph paper and a pencil is your friend.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, that's so cool.
If you know the space, the amount of feet, each square of graph paper can be a foot, or one square can be 2 feet, or it just depends on how big a garden space you have.
Right.
And for me, I always write every single vegetable that I want to grow in the garden that year. Do I have to buy it? Do I have seeds for it? Can I grow it? What am I going to do? And so for me, it just helps me. Yeah. What about you, Anne? What do you like to do when you're starting your garden?
Mine's all in my head, unfortunately, because my head is really full and things are spilling out of it these days. But
Coming out of your
we
ears.
we're quite blessed in North Carolina. Usually, by the time you can start seeds inside, except for peppers, you can really put them in the ground. You can really
Oh,
just put
awesome.
them right in the ground here. And so, um, we haven't started yet because our calendar has been full, but we do have several raised beds that
Mhm.
are off the ground, and I think that's probably what we're going to do mostly this year is raised bed gardening.
Cool.
And I have some more raised beds that are going to be coming, and that way it's not bending over as much. It's not as difficult. Don't have to. Well, y'all don't till. I mean, Casey and I are the only tillers up here on the panel, but we don't have to worry about weed cloth and all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what we're going to do. I have my seeds lined up. I mean,
Oh, good.
they're just still in the package, and so you gotta, in order to have something from them, you actually have to do something with them, and I haven't quite done that part yet.
You got lots of time. No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And, no, it's just March, and
Mhm.
tomorrow's the first day of April. So not only is it April Fool's Day, but it's in North Carolina. That's like time to plant, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm probably behind a lot of people. And what I normally do for peppers, if I haven't started them in January or February underneath a grow light inside, then I go to um, our local little greenhouse that we have in Edenton. They sell starts that are like this tall. See if I can get it about this tall for 10 cents a piece.
Wow.
Oh,
I can't
I
grow
want
them
to
for
go
10
there.
cents a piece. So you can get
Yeah.
as much as you want of anything that you want. And so
Wow.
I'm not really behind, y'all. I just have to go spend $1. So how about you, Casey? You're getting ready to move. So you're going to start again, my darling. Look at his eyeballs.
I am. I am. And I'll tell you, if you're rewatching this on the replay, I may insert something funny here because, as Ann said, when we did an episode, I think with Sandy, 3 or 4 seasons ago, me and Ann were like, in ground, we till, that's how we do it.
Weed berry.
I have been converted. I am doing raised bed. It's just easier. I did it this past year. I find it easier. And like Sandy, I looked at my raised bed that I was going to do. I'm figuring out how much space I have,
Mhm.
but also I am growing what I'm eating. I am not
Yep.
trying to be super fancy and
Yeah.
crazy and put in, Chinese, Japanese, purple length, whatever. I know I like peppers, I like tomatoes, I like green beans, and we're gonna stick to that because I don't want to bulk up
Mhm.
or use up garden space, which is gold,
Yeah.
on something that I
Right.
may like, may not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I've done. I've mapped it out, and I've even gotten I'm doing fruit bushes and fruit trees in containers at the
Oh.
new one, and we're starting from scratch. And I personally never plant until May 1st. Most of my garden friends were like, no, after Easter. You should always do after Easter. That's what you should do. Plant after Easter. But Georgia is crazy. It could be
Mm.
80 degrees on Easter. It could be 40 degrees on Easter.
Yeah.
Right.
I know in May it's pretty sure it's going to be nice summer weather. So that's what I do. And I'm
That's
doing
awesome.
raised beds this year. So I'm joining the raised bed group because Monica, you're kind of raised beds. You're hilly raised, right?
I've got 2 raised beds. I'm starting to use them more this year.
Mhm.
I have to. My body is forcing me to use more of a
Mm.
raised bed.
Yeah.
So I am starting to do more raised gardening, more vertical gardening. So I've got a lot of like T-posts, and I have a lot of things that I want to vine. So I'm growing I grow more probably indeterminate tomatoes because I'm fine with them just vining up and going north. because I can just keep control of them and they're easier to pick when they're higher. And so we do that. So yeah, I'm kind of like Anne and Sandy mixed because I do have like a notebook. It's not, I was looking for it a minute ago. It's not in here, but I have like a little notebook I've used for the last 8 years. And I flip to a brand new page and I draw out a picture. I don't use it square by square, but I have an idea of what my space is. And then I draw a cute little, my favorite raised bed is a sleep number bed. But I draw little, X's for the one row of beans. And then I draw little circles for my cabbage or whatever I do. And then I label them. And then I go to my garden and I put everything in the ground, something else different than what I had originally planned. And then I'm out there erasing everything. And then I'm replanting. But I do have a plan. It's a plan that's always in pencil because when I'm out there and I'm looking at things, I'm realizing, no, I like that space better for that. Or I planted here last time. Let me erase it and move this here because I am a rotator of my garden space. I won't plant the same thing in the same space that I planted it last year. I always move. And because I do grow beans every few years, this is going to be a back-to-back bean year for me. I want to grow beans again because I'm trying the pole beans this year. I'm planting them in a different area so that it can help with the soil as well. So I'm really playing with my soil, playing with my Eric is a tiller. He's a hands down tills everything, wants to till. I'm trying to stay no till as much as I can, but I mean, I got to do what I got to do. And so I am going to be tilling some areas and using raised beds for others. But we really, right now, I went to my local feed store that my boys work at, and they had plant sets, a 6-pack of tomatoes, peppers, all the things. And the tomatoes are like this big already. Miss Ann, they're huge. Like a 6-pack for $3.50.
Oh, that's good.
I'm like, are you kidding me? I don't mind spending $80. I mean, Eric's not listening. It's fine. But I have been there like 3 times.
Yeah.
But I have kind of just said, I'm not doing my own seeds this year. I don't have the brain power or the energy right now. I have too many things on my plate. I am growing babies right here. These right here. I have 3 incubators full of eggs. They're going to hatch out in 2 weeks. So for me, my garden is planning to go to the store and put them in the ground strategically. And
the greenhouse thing, I mean, I can't.
Ain't no shame in that game.
But that's what I need for myself right now. This season of life that I'm in requires me to take care of my body and my brain and my energy to go purchase it, support a small business, a local business, buy it there, grow it in my own space and go for there because I have other things on my plate and I just don't have the energy for it. Now, I do companion plant. You guys all companion plant?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your favorite companion pair, Sandy?
Well, before we switch to the companion pair, if you don't mind, when you were talking about taking care of yourself and noticing things, it's just about time for Anne's angle because I think that fits right in with Anne's angle of looking at things that are around you.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you're here at Hay Bale Friends. I love these people and you as well. Thank you so much for being here with us. This is the time where we have Anne's angles. And, my angle in life sometimes is different one day to the next. This past year has been a crazy, crazy time. And I'm hustling and bustling and running hither and yon. And sometimes I just feel like I'm putting out fires and not noticing what's going on around. But I read something today that said life is full of thousands of tiny little miracles. Notice them. And that hit me right between the eyes because sometimes we get going so fast. We don't notice the beautiful flowers and the butterflies that are there and the blessings that we have. This is a sweet girl right here that is a blessing to me. This is little Miss Ellie Mae. So in life, when you do get Sorry. And there's Annie. Isn't she cute? In life, when you get going so fast and so furious, and you hear that saying, stop and smell the roses. Well, you don't really have to do that, but there's little presents, little gifts, thousands of little miracles that happen every day right around us. We just have to stop for a minute, go back inside ourselves, take a breath, open your eyes, and notice them. I love you all so much. Now, we're headed back to Hay Bale and Friends.
Love that.
That
That
was
was great.
That's so true.
Well, we do get crazy busy. And, Cayce, you're going to be crazy busy. But there might be some laughter and some fun
Yeah.
and some fun challenges of, oh, that's going to look perfect in that corner. Or I think I like
Mhm.
the blue. No, I like the green. No, wait, I want the brown over here. That kind of stuff. And
Right.
those are joys and pleasures that we just don't really take the time to notice because we're so ticked off before we ever get there. Something to think about. So, Monica, you were talking about companion planting.
Yeah, it's
And
important. So what do you all do? I asked Sandy, what's your favorite companion pair? Jesse says his is bacon and eggs, but that is not what we're talking about.
Yes.
We're talking about
They,
plants.
Well, there's a few things. I love growing carrots in between my garlic.
Okay.
When you think of companions, you want to know the root system.
Okay.
And so those carrots are long. The garlic, it's got that bulb and it's just a little bit of roots around, 3-4 inches spreading out. And so it's an easy one to do.
Okay.
I like growing lettuce, radish, carrots together because the lettuce and the radishes come up fast and it kind of shades the carrots and then they're done and the carrots are up. I like that. And always basil around tomatoes. Sometimes it's companions are things that go together,
right.
oh,
so
planted
when
my
they're
basil
good to eat
around.
together.
I haven't planted my basil around the tomatoes.
Oh, it's really good for it.
I
Both
always
of them like
do.
each
I was
other.
about to say I do because I remember Sandy talking about
Yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah.
having that caprese salad in your garden. You got
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
tomatoes, you got your basil, and
I do
you've got
oregano
those-
by my tomatoes too, because
Yeah.
I always think of tomato sauce. I always think of spaghetti.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to have to do
Yeah.
that this time because I have a brand new pallet, empty pallet that we can start
There
anything we
you go.
want.
And I
What
about
also
you,
tried with
Casey?
Sandy, talked about garlic and lettuce together.
Yeah.
And I did that because when you put lettuce in, you put them close together, but you feel sometimes it could be a waste of space in between. And well, as most of y'all know, and most of y'all have commented on the video, I pulled my onion and garlic up a little too early. But we're gonna put it back in.
Yeah.
I got a Sandy suggestion off camera. I got a free Sandy suggestion, and she said to put it back in the dirt. Just put it in the dirt.
Really?
Leave the dirt there and put
Oh,
it
yeah.
back in.
She
Yeah.
did.
And
I mean,
so
Yeah.
we're gonna do that.
his garlic and onions are been out for 3 days on the counter.
It'll
And
be
she
fine.
said,
No,
put
that
'em in
on the
the
raised
dirt,
beds. Mhm.
like in a bucket,
Yeah.
and carry them to your new house and put them in the
That's
raised bed.
amazing.
They'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Moist but not soggy soil.
Yeah, I am so excited about that because now let me tell you, the roots looked good. When I was pulling it out and I'm shooting the video and I'm like, well, gosh darn it. This is one of those wah, wah, wah videos. And I'm like, it looks so good. Everything looks so good. And
It
to know
did.
that the roots aren't bad yet, even though they've been out for 3 days, that we're going to just put them right back in. I'm going to pull up my raised bed and that pile of dirt that's sitting there that will be at mom's house, they're going to sit there until July. They're going to go back into that little pile mountain of dirt. And hopefully I will still get the 45 garlic and 32 onions that were
That'd be so
planted
cool.
in there. I know.
I
Yeah.
can't wait to see if they grow, really. I mean, I think it's
Yeah.
gonna be wonderful.
Well, those two items, think about it. When you pull garlic out, that root gets all dried. That basil root is all dry, and you can still break those cloves off and plant them.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
it's still alive.
Yeah.
If you grew an onion, you pull it out and you still got that little part, you can grow another onion and get seeds from it. So even though they've dried, it will work.
That's cool.
And so now, not everything would work. A tomato out 3 days would not work, but your garlic and onions would.
Yeah, I'm so excited. And see, that's a way to plan, as we're talking about planning your garden. If you have to move, because that was my big thing. I was like, I have to move. I'm just gonna have to let all of those just go to waste. And Sandy's like, no, you don't. No, you can move that raised bed and just put them back in the dirt. When you're planning, plan for all different type of situations.
Yeah.
Do as I say, not as I did. And plan what you got. I also like to plan in raised beds. I tried to look for my notebook too, Monica, and I'm like, it's in a box somewhere.
Yeah, mine's like over here somewhere. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna go for it right now.
Don't even know. But I do like, let's say raised bed A. We're going to talk about raised bed A. What I'm putting in it, and I like to know, okay, when do you put it in and when do you harvest and pull it out?
Yeah.
Because then I'm going to find something that you put in that same time. So my raised beds are constantly cycling food.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to have a huge space to do raised bed gardening,
Right.
or to grow an amount of food that you can eat. So
right.
planning.
And think vertical too. On a side of your raised bed. Now you don't want it, you want to make sure that it's not going to block the afternoon sun. So you got to have it oriented to your sun. But just think, you got all that stuff in that raised bed. Now you got something vertical, and how much more can you grow?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's not just cucumbers. You can grow pumpkins and cantaloupes and honeydews and baby watermelons, cucumbers, all of that trellis, squash. And if the squashes and pumpkins get too big, just make little hammocks for them and hook them onto the vertical.
We did that with our spaghetti squash this past year. We put it on a trellis, but I would just tie the squash up when it got too big.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
Glad to know. And Lisa, Mrs. Lazy Days Ahead, that is in here, has not been a gardener for an incredibly long time that I know of, but that woman is knocking it out of the park.
She got that green thumb.
She is rocking it, and I'm so proud of her. Hey, Lynette, that's Lynette Lawrence, Auntie's World. Yes, I put onion roots in the ground. I have one that sprouted. It's getting ready to bloom. Seeds
That's
are
cool.
going to be here soon.
That is so cool.
That's
Because
so
I,
wonderful.
I've never been able to grow garlic and onion. I think me and Monica have talked about that.
Yep.
Listen, me and Monica are pretty amazing at a lot of things.
Yes,
But onions and garlic ain't been one of them.
well, you can't be talented at everything. Come on.
But see, my thing is like, Cayce, you need to figure it out, because onions and garlic is that one staple in the garden that goes with everything.
Yeah.
We're talking medicinally.
Yeah.
We're talking about your food. You just need it. So I got to figure it out. Pretty much.
Every time my dad tells me, oh, I really love onions, I'm like, I know, Dad, I'm trying. It's like the one thing I can't grow. Okay.
That's right, Auntie Jan.
You could use a lot of things to help with that.
Yes.
Fermented tomatoes, basil, onion. Okay. Yeah,
Monica, do you have to start your onions way early? In the
I don't know.
February, March?
I don't know. I still don't know. I was relying on Carmen, and I'm going to be honest. She put it on her Facebook, and I saw it like 4 days late, and I was like, oh, shoot, I'm late. I don't have my tomato. I don't have my onions or whatever. I can't do it. And I got discouraged, and I just gave up. So I don't know.
I usually have to put onions and garlic in the ground in like
October.
November.
I feel like it's October or November. And then I feel like you can do it again sometime in the like semi-winter months, like January-ish, maybe February. I don't know. I always get it confused. I was supposed to put my potatoes in the ground too, and I failed.
Yeah, I haven't.
I have a bag of sprouting potatoes in my living room.
Plant them. Just plant them.
I am. I'm going to plant because Eric doesn't know that they're still there. He thinks it's just a bag of something. He doesn't know it's potatoes, seed things, like the potato starts. So I'm going to cut those bad boys, sit them out for a minute, and I'm going to plant them jokers right in there. Just put everything in the ground.
There you
Okay,
go.
here's what you can do since you didn't plant your onions. I want you to go to the store, and in the vegetable aisle, they'll have green bunching onions. You get a little
Okay.
bundle. Sometimes
Yeah.
they're 2 for $1.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to take them home. You're going to cut them so that there's the root and probably about 1.5 inches.
Okay.
Use the green tops, cook something with it.
Okay.
Then you're going to plant those in the ground. And in a couple months, 2.5 months, you will have great big, huge, tall onions that look like leeks. And they are so amazingly mild and wonderful to cook with.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Yeah.
can
Well,
do
there
that.
you go.
I can do that.
There's always
Well-
there's always a moment of amazement on all three of
Okay.
our faces when Sandy says
I
that.
mean,
We're just-
I guess the thing is like I there's always a room to try because, and
Yeah.
I've tried to put stuff in and then it dries up. Like I'm doing strawberries.
Mhm.
I've got like a dozen strawberry plants out there, a dozen, and they're all still the same size as when I got them 3 weeks ago. I'm like,
Mm,
what's up?
yeah.
What's up?
Okay. Strawberries, if you plant them too deep or too tall, they won't grow well and you won't get your strawberries. So when you look at the strawberry plant, think of a woman, right? So you got all these roots coming out, and then all of a sudden it's a little wider, and then it goes narrow, and then it goes wider again. That waste, that like your waist,
Yeah.
that's the soil level. And that
Okay.
will make your strawberries grow.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to go look at them.
I
Yeah.
think I planted mine chest high instead
Yeah,
of waist.
you look for that. It just curves in just a little bit. And that's
Yeah,
what you
okay.
want to plant.
I'm gonna
Okay,
go out
got-
there and look at all my all my strawberries later and be like, let me see your waist.
I think I
Show
got
me your waist.
I think I got
Show
the
me your
ribs.
waist.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're going to plant your tomatoes, okay, doesn't matter if they're already 1.5 feet or they're 8
Yep.
inches tall. You're going to break off a bunch of those side leaves, right? Because the roots will come out,
Mhm.
and you want to think of it as planting your tomatoes at your ears.
Yes.
So really, all there is just a couple leaves on top, even if you have to bend that tomato and have it come up a little bit.
I
Okay.
did that.
And you will
Yes.
get so many tomatoes.
Oh,
I did that yesterday. I was out there with my niece and my son, and my niece was like, "What are you doing?" She's almost 3, and I said, "I'm pruning this, if you will." And she said, "Prune?" I said, "Yeah, I'm picking off the extra little leaves at the bottom, and we're gonna bury it super deep." And so she had the little shovel, and she was digging really deep for me, and we buried it, so it was like this big.
Yeah,
Like
that's
was
what
all
you
we
want.
thought.
Yeah.
And she was like, my sister was like, "That's a lot," and I was like, "Yeah, that's what we're supposed to do. It's good. It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
All the little
Plant it to
fuzzy
their
things are gonna be
ears.
good."
And the tomatoes, I'll tell you, is probably one of the most God amazing plants on the
Yeah.
face of the earth.
it is.
Because when I was planning, because I'm weird about my planning too, Sandy, is I plan how many jars I need by how many
Right.
plants. Because you get about 8-quart jars of tomatoes per one
Right.
tomato plant. If it's a healthy plant.
Yeah.
Because also when you have the suckers and you break that sucker off, put a little bit of water. Now you're not going to get that amount of tomatoes you got from the main one, but I still was getting little tomatoes off the sucker when I planted that into the ground.
That's
So
awesome.
you're getting the tomatoes, you're planting it deep and getting about 8 quarts of tomatoes from the main one. You're getting some sucker plants, plus you're getting a gajillion seeds in one tomato
Yeah.
that you get to save for eternity.
That's awesome. And speaking of seeds, I think Sandy has a little suggestion that we
I-
need.
Oh.
See, Ann, you're just
She's
reading
good.
my
keeping it going.
mind. She
love
got it tonight. She's got it tonight.
Well, it's Sandy's suggestion, so I hope you are having just a great time with Round the Hay Bale and Hay Bale and Friends tonight. But you'll never guess where I am when it comes to gardening. It's cold and snowy outside, so I have my plants, not all my plants, but a bunch of my plants, in a spare bathroom, in the bathtub. And things are starting to come up. Plants are growing. So when it warms up just a little bit, at least I'll be able to, plant my brassicas. So what's my suggestion this week? Use every space you have to start those seeds. There's no reason to spend $5, $6, $7, $8 on one little plant when you can start it from seeds. And so I have a lot of different things coming up. These are castor beans. These are nasturtiums, flowers, sunflowers. There's a little tomato. And this isn't the only place I have my different vegetables in my house because it's too cold outside. Just a suggestion. Start seeds every place in your house.
Every place,
I like it.
even the bathtub. I love it.
Everywhere.
I'm telling you, we got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. That second bathroom, it's calling your seeds names. It's calling down the hallway.
Yeah,
Start
you can
seeds.
literally pull your curtain across and you got your light in there and it's just like this little sauna and the plants are just going, wah!
That's amazing.
Party in
love
the bathroom.
Okay, let's see. So we have what, 13 minutes? But we do have a little giveaway. Aren't we going to do a little giveaway tonight?
We do have a giveaway, but I want to encourage people before we get to that giveaway, because what we do every single week is we give a wonderful little Amazon $10 gift card, just as a thank you for y'all coming in, spending time with us, and supporting us. But another way that you can do that is right over here. You see this weird looking thing? That's our QR code. If you scan that, it takes you to our Linktree link, and all of us, and soon to be Ann, have a storefront, the Amazon storefront.
Jesse's my part-time storefront.
Yes.
For lazy days ahead.
Jesse, help her, please. Where it does not cost you more, but everything that we talk about, that you're like, oh, that was a good idea, Sandy, or oh, I like that, Ann, or oh, Monica, I have to get that.
Yeah.
All of it's in that storefront, and you can just go. These are the ones that we have most of the time tried and recommend. So if you trust our opinions, these are stuff that we are recommending, saying, yes, get it. And we just get a small little kickback from Amazon that shows them that you like us. So I wanted to say that before we did the spinning, talking about the storefront. No?
Of course. Of course.
And also, I don't know if anybody out there does need something to plan. If you're looking to garden plan, we do have a little prepper guide, and there's probably some spaces in there where you can actually make your garden plan. There's plenty of blank pages, planning pages, and you can keep all your stuff together, because that is really helpful when you get everything together.
All in one spot. Blank recipes and guides. Yeah. And how do they get that? They can go where?
You can scan our QR code. That's another reason to scan it. Right. And right there is our Etsy store, y'all. Yeah. And on the Etsy store, it's the only thing in there. So if you get there,
easy to find.
Found it. And it's 99 cents. I mean, it's very reasonable, and it's a great thing to have. So
sure.
That's good.
Let's see. So I'm pulling up now our giveaway tool.
Okay.
And it's a fun word because we've been talking about this all night.
Planning. #planning. Now, for everyone that is in the chat, you can enter from the channel that you are on. We encourage you to run over to Hay Bale Friends.
Yes.
And enter there, or enter in both. I don't know. It's 2 different channels. It might give you two tries. I don't have a clue. But enter in both. Yes. The channel that you're on, and run over to Hay Bale Friends, and we would appreciate it if you would give us a little like and subscribe over there to Hay Bale Friends, because we're growing and we're very close to a big goal, and we want to do something super special for you when we reach that 1,000 sub title, which is, we've been growing pretty good this year, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
We're knocking on 800's door, like, knock, knock. Who's there? Just the Hay Bale Friends crew.
We're coming for it.
We're coming for it. So #planning, and you get a chance to win a $10 Amazon e-card. And I mean, who doesn't need $10? You get 10 more than what
Right.
you came with, right? That sounds good to me. Okay, now
And make sure if you win, right when your name pops up on that screen, go ahead and email this email address.
Yes.
Right.
As you know, all of our brains are in garden planning, homesteading mode. So if it's done 2 days later, I haven't even remembered what my first name is,
It
much
is.
less to check any email.
All
So-
winners, please email roundthehaybale@gmail.com. And that way we can get you your money. I mean, who doesn't want
Yeah.
your money? I want your
Mhm.
money.
Yeah.
I
You
want to
don't
enter.
want
Oh,
it.
no, I can't.
I want to enter too. So, all right. Well, it hasn't moved for a second. And this is Sandy's night to
Oh,
count
okay.
off, right? You ready?
3, 3, 2, 1, go.
Woohoo! Who's
Look at
gonna
all
get
those
it?
people.
Who
I
wants it?
know. I love
I
that.
love this. This is so cool. Joe, fix it for you. Ma, what about?
Crazy days ahead. Yay.
I never win anything.
It's his turn. Well, his wife won a few weeks back. So
That's so awesome. And you know what? I happen to know their email address. So
Yeah.
there you go.
I will say that's pretty well deserved because
that is
Jesse and Lisa have helped us out of the Hay Bale
Oh, yeah.
so many
Bob
times.
said rigged.
yeah.
Rigged. Robin Hood. Yes. Rigged.
Bob. My what about Bob says rigged. He helps everybody else.
Mhm.
I mean,
He
so
does.
much
I
that
love
he
that.
never gets a chance to win. Lisa
Yeah.
enters and she wins, but yeah, rigged in my favor. He said.
Jennifer Ocean said, "Congratulations, Lisa." I love it.
Lisa, I'll just PayPal you tonight. It's a weekly adventure anyway. Yeah, Jesse does say never wins anything, Tamra.
Oh my goodness.
We're
That's
thrilled
awesome.
for you. Absolutely thrilled. Congratulations to all of you. Well, all of this gardening planning has definitely got me thinking. I mean,
Yeah.
we feed off of each other. YouTube see
Oh, yeah.
YouTube too.
Right.
We see what everybody else is doing. I want to, even if I do buy most of my starts of seeds that I don't put in the ground,
Yeah.
directly in the ground, I still want to do one of those seed snails.
Oh,
But
I love those.
That was
Yeah.
so much fun last year when I did that.
Yeah.
But this time, I'm not going to plant 50 squash seeds.
It can be a
in
little more
one
manageable.
because I had 40 that actually grew, and 40 squash plants is enough for the town of Edenton, much less my neighborhood. That was hilarious. I did learn, and Sandy makes the neatest, cleanest little. Mine's all whoppy jawed and
I
leafy.
know. Hers was so cute. Mine looked like a big mud pit at the bottom of it. I'd be opening it up. My kids are like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm playing in the mud now
Yeah, it's
with these sprouts."
Like a rump
Yeah.
roast.
I brought those tomatoes down to Arizona my seed snail.
oh, you did.
We had so many tomatoes. I planted tomatoes in both of my gardens down there, at my parents' house, at some of my friends' house. They were, some of those plants were 7 feet tall.
Oh my
What?
gracious!
Yes.
That's
I
excellent.
I gave so many bags of tomatoes away. It was unreal.
Were
That's
they
cool.
indeterminate tomatoes, the ones that went 7 feet?
Oh,
Or
sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Gee willikers, if that was a determinate tomato, there'd be some problems. I couldn't imagine.
You never know.
Like, what's
There's
in that
Yeah.
water?
Yeah. Well, my tomatoes last year went up the cattle panel and over the cattle panel
Oh,
to the
yeah.
other side. And Eric was like, why did we not like top these off? I'm like, I don't know. I just want to see how they were going to grow. So I just
Yeah.
let them climb and go over.
Sure.
There you go.
I'm like, why not? They grew forever and I just let them keep going. I'm like, I don't care how long. It's not going to
Do
bother
your
me that
thing.
they're flopping over. I can just go on either side and get them.
Yeah.
Right?
Not a problem.
We had some indeterminate tomatoes planted one time, 2 rows of them, and we did one of those where you put up the poles and you interweave the twine. I don't know what
Oh.
that's called, but
Mhm.
anyway, you do the rope so that's your grid for your tomato. They met in the middle and grew over each other. We
What?
had a tunnel of
Yay.
tomatoes in the
Oh, that's
garden.
so
Oh, how
cool.
cool.
Dang. Oh my gosh, it was so fun.
That's cool. I love
I,
that.
I haven't had a big harvest with non-determinate tomatoes much. They usually in our area, they usually would ripen closer to the fall, late
Oh,
August, September kind of thing. They grow like 12 feet, but they didn't bloom and actually hold their fruit until later on. So it wasn't a huge harvest, but it sure was a really cool looking vine in my garden. I can tell you that.
I bet
Well,
it
I
was
will.
a moment.
What?
I think it was a moment walking under those.
It was.
It was
yeah.
probably a really pretty moment too.
It was a pretty moment. And I think we're about to have another moment.
Oh yeah.
Here.
Oh,
See it? I pulled a Nan. Ow.
You walked us right into that
I
one.
walked us right under that tomato tunnel.
Yeah, we do have a moment.
Yes.
The moment with Monica.
A moment with Monica.
Okay, I'm just going to say that I had already planned this moment with Monica before our conversation tonight. So this is how good God is. So this weekend at church in Sunday school, we talked about John 15 verses 4 through like verses 8. And so I'm going to read a few to you, and then I'm going to tell you what I wanted to share. John 15 verse 4 says, "Remain in me and I in you, just as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, but must remain in the vine. So neither can you unless you remain in me. I am the vine and you are the branches. The one who remains in me and I in him bears much fruit, for apart from me, you can do nothing." So I'm going to stop right there. And I'm just going to tell you what I got from that because I thought about that this weekend. And so I wanted to talk to you guys about that today because I just wanted to be a reminder to you that just like those vining, beautiful fruits that are outside in people's gardens or maybe your garden, that fruit cannot be born. It can't happen unless it's connected to the vine. And if anyone does not remain in me, he is thrown away like a branch and dries up. And then they gather them and throw them into the fire. That's what Jesus said. And Jesus said that you need to remain in him and then you will bear much fruit. And then he says, if you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask whatever you wish and it will be done for you. So just like when we're growing out in our garden and we have to pick off some of the stuff that's ick, some of the branches that are dying and wilting away so that the rest of that vine can produce those beautiful fruiting branches. You need to stay with Christ. You need to stay grounded and connected to the one thing that keeps you moving throughout your week. So my encouragement to you and my moment that I want to share with you is that I want to encourage you to stay connected to him this week. Stay connected to Christ, stay connected to God and the thing that grounds you in everything you do. Because when you stay connected, no matter what comes your way, whether it's bad weather or whether it's, just things coming at you, you're going to be okay because you're grounded, you're staying firm, and you will bear fruit when you stick to the vine. Stick to the one that gives you all the nourishment, all the liquid that you need, all the love and everything that you need comes from that main vining system. And just like in our gardens, you will be fine when you're connected to that vine. So stay with Jesus and remember he is the vine and we are the branches, and be connected to him so that you can bear much fruit. And I hope you have a beautiful and blessed weekend coming up because it's Easter and you want to stay connected to that vine, the only one that gives us hope. Thanks so much.
Oh, that's
fabulous.
so awesome.
I did have that already planned out before we started talking about the gardening stuff, just so you know.
That's so cool.
Actually a confirmation, isn't it? If there
Yes.
ever was one.
Very
That's
cool.
confirmation. Well, we're right on time, everybody. Isn't that awesome? Thank you all so much. We really appreciate you being here. We're going to see you next Tuesday. We're going to tie a little rope around Cayce. He'll be moving, and we're hoping that we pull him in there anyway, but we'll see. We'll hold the fort down for you if we need to, honey.
Yeah, we got you.
You all have a wonderful week. We
Yes.
love you all, and see
Blessed
you next
Easter.
week. Bye.
Yeah. Blessed Easter.